Watching Kaguya movie for the first time made me feel something that I didn't expect. It was crazy. It was amazing. Now that has inspired me to make a list of the best romance anime that I have ever seen. Now, I'm not going to include Kaguya on this list for the reason as you've probably already heard of it. There's a million videos on it, and to be honest, it's probably the best one out there right now that's currently airing. So, if you're watching this list, you've probably already seen Kaguya. Otherwise, if you're new here, just go watch Kaguya, I guess. Or not, maybe just listen to what I have to say. Another one that I'm going to count out is my favorite anime of all time, Honey and Clover. Because I mostly talked about this in another video, and I don't really need to talk about it here. So if you want to know my opinions on that, just go check out that video. Alright, so let's set some rules first for this ranking, as I want to recommend my personal best romance anime, as it's just going to be romance, and you only want to see the couple get together in either a comedic or a fun way, not because there's any other plot or element to the story. For example, My Dress Up Darling. I love that show to all of its elements, but its main focus is not a romance. Its main focus is about cosplay and making the clothes, while also having a comedic duel between the two main characters, and romance is just a subset. So with these rules of a pure romance in place, I'm also going to list this anime from my least preferred to my most preferred. Don't get me wrong, all of these anime are my personal preference, and all of these shows are still on the top of my list. But I just want to give some type of order for you guys to watch if you are only to choose one or two of these shows. So, let's get into it, shall we?
私が欲しいのはこのバッグよ、バッグ。
So, the first one on the list might be a little bit unexpected. Or maybe if you're an old watcher, it'll be pretty expected. Toradora. Now, Toradora is a romantic comedy where you would be recommended this anime if you were watching or looking for a romance show back in the day around 2012 to 2013. As this show was a classic among romance anime, and it was probably one of the best all around. Now, I would say it's more of a good pick, but not the very best. Still very good and top of my list, as this was probably one of the first romance shows that I actually fell in love with. So, the story is about a guy named Ryuji and a girl named Taiga, who are two high school students who find themselves drawn together by their mutual interest in each other's best friends. As they spend more time together though, their feelings towards each other begin to change, and leading to a series of hilarious and heartwarming moments. The characters in Toradora are well developed and engaging, with great chemistry between the leads. Personally, I really like Taiga, as she was one of the first tsunderes that I've ever seen, and it was a really nice kind of dynamic. I mean, obviously in real life she wouldn't work out, but hey man, this is anime, so it could be anything. But you know what I mean. If you like the tsundere main character relationship, then this is the show for you. If you don't, probably not. Anyways, this is a great classic anime, highly recommend.
誰に向かって口聞いてんだこのドアホが。あ、堀さん、俺もう嫌だからね。怒鳴るのはこれっきりで。堀さん、俺わかんねえ。
Horimiya. I mean, this is an anime that you usually wouldn't expect to be on the top of any list. But when I watched this, I was just amazed by the development and the unique characters all around. I mean, usually, like, you wouldn't remember, like, the side characters of a slice of life rom-com. But for me, I remember them clear as day. and I think that's one of Horimiya's greatest strengths. It's well developed and has relatable characters, while the characters also have their realistic flaws and enduring quirks. So Horimiya is a charming slice-of-life rom-com that follows the relationship between Hori, well-academic, accomplished high school girl, and Miyamura, who's a quiet and unassuming boy with a secret tattoo and a piercing. But as they get to know each other, they discover unexpected similarities and begin to fall for each other. I think one of the most unique aspects of this anime is that the characters realize their feelings quick. They know what they want, and honestly, it feels all too realistic. I mean, like, there's some anime that takes hundreds of chapters before a confession happening, but Horimiya isn't like that. And I think it really portrays the characters and the romance really fast and really quick. That's why I think this 12 episode format really works with it. And honestly, I think it makes the show all too perfect. I mean, smite me, but this show is to the T, man. I mean, I would highly recommend this.
いけないな、カジさ
赤木、てめえ線香にチクる気か。
ん。いや、僕も鬼じゃない。今回だけは多めに見よう。
ふう、話がわかるじゃんか。
僕にキスしてくれたらね。
舐めてんの？
真面目な話さ。実は悩みがあってね。僕は今まで女性に惚れたことがないんだ。
はは、ホモなんじゃねえの？
大丈夫。それはもう試した。
Now this is a show of its kind. I mean, throughout the whole series, you're basically met with a bunch of different characters and couples. And honestly, it blew me away. With so many emotions and curiosity about each and every different character, Tsurizure Children is a charming anime that explores the ups and downs of young love through the eyes of several high school couples. I mean, each episode has multiple storylines, which I think keeps the show very engaging and unpredictable. I mean, look at this chart. Look at this shit. This shit is insane. But at the same time, it's awesome. The show has a really comedic feel to it, with plenty of laughs and amusing situations that will definitely keep you entertained throughout the whole show. I mean, it kept me very entertained. But what I loved most about Tsurizure Children is that it has a very emotional feeling of young love, a very heartfelt portrayal. The show does a very excellent job of capturing like the awkwardness, excitement, and uncertainty that comes with falling in love for the first time. While I would say maybe some storylines feel a little bit rushed here and there, but I feel like all the characters are well written and relatable, and it makes it really easy to become invested in their love lives. So I think Tsurizure Children is a delightful and heartfelt anime that is sure to tug at your heartstrings. Definitely worth checking out. One of the most realistic and relatable romance of all time, I would say, would be Tsukigakure. I mean, Tsukigakure is a beautiful anime that tells a story of two middle school students, Akane and Kotaro, as they navigate the ups and downs of their first love. The show's simple and relatable story, combined with its gorgeous animation and soundtrack, makes it a must-watch. I think Tsukigakure's greatest strength is its ability to capture the authentic and awkward moments of first love. The show's pacing is deliberate and natural, allowing the audience to become invested in Akane and Kotaro's relationship. The animation and soundtrack are also top-notch, with a beautiful background and calming score that perfectly complements the show's peaceful and introspective tone. Akane and Kotaro have both their own unique strengths and weaknesses, and their struggles and triumphs, which really feel meaningful and, most importantly, real. The supporting cast, while I would say is not as prominent as other shows, I would say still adds a pretty good depth and texture to the world, which still makes it very realistic. I mean, this show was insane on how real it felt. I felt like I wasn't watching an anime anymore, as it almost felt like I was looking back on time. While it isn't the super happy-go romance vibe, it is definitely something that is different from the rest, and if you love the realistic anime style, this is the one for you.
そのあれです。
見たい見たい。
私は別に興味はないから見なくても。
何？
ずいぶん楽しそうな写真ね。
Alright, well, romance fanatics, you knew it was coming. Oregairu. Yahari ore no seishon love comedy wa machigaeteru. No words could adequately describe the awe-inspiring experience that is Oregairu. Oregairu proved that a simple premise will never be a story's only constraint. It all began simply enough with a teen who detested high school stereotypes and social engagement, but with well-crafted narratives, outstanding character development, and ideas that permeated the whole story, Watari had turned a routine setup into a remarkable story. The story follows Hachiman, a cynical and isolated high school student who is forced to join the school's service club. The show's complex characters, mature themes, and emotional depth will make it stand out in the romance and drama genres. Oregairu's greatest strength is its complex and multifaceted characters. Hachiman is a unique protagonist as he challenges traditional anime tropes by being flawed and cynical, who is not immediately likable. However, as the story unfolds, Hachiman's journey of self-discovery and growth becomes emotional and inspiring. The show's supporting characters are also well known and well written, nuanced with their own struggles and insecurities that are explored throughout the series. The relationship between the characters are developed gradually and organically, creating a sense of emotional investment and connection for the audience. Oregairu's themes of self-discovery, personal growth, and human connection are also explored with maturity and depth. The show tackles difficult topics such as loneliness, social anxiety, and mental health in a nuanced and thoughtful way, making it a must-watch for fans of the character-driven genres. One that doesn't conclude with a happily ever after as its traditional beginning suggests, but rather transforms into an experience that you could never describe in words. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.